Latest on Hurricane Barbara, which has intensified slightly to 90 miles per hour and a pressure around 980 millibars verified by Force 13 SATIED. It's currently located at 11.7 north, 119.4 degrees west. On the CDPS, you won't see those needles moving very much because there is no landfall or indeed any land impacts expected in the next 5 days, so CDPS is very much a moot point and it's not being given a rating. The storm is out in the open ocean, so you can't see any land areas on this graphic either. As of 7 PM Pacific time this July 1st, it's located here. The wind field, not completely uniform, its southeastern quadrant appears to be the largest. It's 554 miles from Clarion Island, 745 from Socorro, 1051 from La Paz, 1129 from Puerto Vallarta, and 1256 from Manzanillo in Mexico. It's still very, very far away from Hawaii at this point, but the storm could be heading in that direction next week. No warnings are in effect in any of the areas that usually get affected by these storms, Mexico in particular, no warnings here. So looking at its total rainfall in the next 5 days, it shows quite neatly where the track of Barbara is going to end up going and how it loses that rainfall producing capability as it gets further towards the northwest. That means it's weakening by that point as it heads towards Hawaii. What you'll also see on that graphic there is the next storm further east, which really colours those, has that colour further east towards Mexico, but not affecting land either by the looks of things. Sea surface temperatures very warm where the storm is right now, around 29 degrees Celsius. That's going to remain the case for a little while longer before starting to decline. So you can see Barbara there. This is the latest GFS model run showing how it's expected to intensify over the next few days. Probably will reach Category 4 status as it moves towards the northwest. And then eventually it will begin to weaken drastically, well not drastically actually, rather gradually as it moves on towards the Central Pacific region, and there it is, the GFS making it very weak by the weekend, and if it does reach Hawaii it would be a very weak system. There's the next storm by the way on the graphic there as we enter next week. So the chance of tropical storm force winds, there's nothing on the graphic because there is a 0% chance of the storm hitting anywhere in the next 5 days. You can see on the graphic though, Hawaii over there towards the left hand side, it'll take about a week and a half for the storm to get there. So this is what the models are saying. The official National Hurricane Center on the top end of that forecast guidance. The only one above it on that one is the ship's model. The wind shear you can see here though is going to be very low, below 10 knots, so as far as that's concerned there's no reason that the storm can't reach its full potential. Sea surface temperatures very warm for another day or two. Relative humidity is not going to decrease for a little while yet, so everything is in Barbara's favour. Here is some satellite imagery of how Barbara has been progressing in the latest frames. You can see that big flare up in the latest frames there towards the end of the loop, just as daylight is fading over the storm. The eye starting to come out a little bit more. It will probably continue to do that as the night goes on. And you can see how the eye wall and the cloud tops around the eye wall have been blowing up in those later frames, which usually is a sign of intensification, especially with that eye deepening at the same time. So it's really going upwards in all directions in terms of intensity, all of the usual guidance indicators. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. You can also contact me on Discord. It's Fool13 at extension 9094 and Force13 on Skype. You can also find our server link to our Discord server for tropical weather chat in our description.